gentlemen, Happy New Year. My name is James Thomas. Um, just seeing how everybody's doing out there this year, and I'm glad that the New Year came in. It's kind of cold outside. It's like like 10 degrees outside. It was 3 below zero, pretty much. My topic today is what happened with me recently. I went up to Eckhart, Indiana. I went for a job up there, right? Doing some transportation company. And when I got up there, I already got my physical. I've already paid for my hotel. Drove, had to go through tolls, and it cost about $10 in tolls, $30 in gas to get up there to Eckhart, Indiana. Plus, I had to spend $64 at the Red Roof Inn. It's a pretty decent hotel up there. Finally, and the next day I had to go. The next morning to go find this company to do an orientation. Let me tell you about this company. It's a transportation company. It's one type of transportation companies where you go pick up you go to their headquarters, which is in 4 neighboring states, and you drive it to probably 3 or 4 states, depends on where the customer is at. And there could be like UPS trucks to something like miniaturized trucks. So I get up there, right? So as an orientation go, I didn't realize that you have to fill out probably what a truck driver do. You gotta have a logbook, and you have to tell when you get off, go when you get on, when you get off, go when you get on shift. And so you have to mark down a regular logbook. But here's the tripped out part about was, like the woman who was speaking about, like as far as they don't want to cover your gas. So they pretty much will take care of the maintenance. They'll pretty much take care, if the vehicle breaks down, but they really don't want you to take care of your motels. And if they do, you have to come out your pocket. They say it was like 81 cents a mile. That's what they say. But sounds good. But here's the part about it is that now you figure you taking a box truck, and I don't know what size engine in them are, but they're pretty big. And you're going from Indiana to Georgia, so you're stopping out 3 or 4 or 5 times to go get gas. She tells me in the orientation that pretty much you wasting your time if you're driving fast, and so you're burning more fuel, right? But here's the thing about it is it's a truck, so you're going to burn fuel either way. You're going to have to stop about 3 or 4 times to go to the customers. Then once you get to the customer, and it could be anywhere. You could be out in the country, because most people who have trucks, sometimes they don't always stay in the city. Some people that may order the trucks to pick, like where I was at, they could be in the suburb, they could be in the country. How are you supposed to get a bus or a car once you get there? And people are not going to automatically take you once you get there. They have the customer one employees take you to the bus stop, so that's kind of strange. And you don't have a chase vehicle. Usually when people, like I worked with a company before, it was a used car company. So when he took vehicles to a different state, or 3 or 4 states, there's always 2 or 3 guys. There's the people that's taking the trucks, then it's the person who's head over, might be the head lead driver. So he'll have a van or a car or something, so they'll pick you up and bring you back. So therefore, but what this situation is, you drop off the vehicles, and then you got to make your way to a public transportation, which they don't know those areas in parts of the country anyway. It may not be no public transportation. Hell, it might cost you arm and leg for a cab to come get you, to take you to the airport, pretty much. And then once you get to the airport, you got to go all the way back to, if they say, okay, we don't have no runs, so you have to make your way back to the terminal office. So you have to figure out where their bus station is in that town. Figure out how to get transportation, and it depends on what time you get back from the airport. Cause like, how are you going to get to your car to get home? You know, it's just a lot of things. It didn't seem to add up, because their operation is your typical 9 to 4:35 operation. Let's say if you brought back a vehicle, then how are you gonna? Is there gonna be someone there to pick you up from the bus stop or airport to bring you back to your car? So that's one of the reasons why. And it was just certain things I just wasn't feeling it. It seemed like, it's like, you know, well, you know, if you pretty much it's like you're doing this for us. You're making the money by getting their vehicle down there, making sure it's not scratched up, not being in no accidents. You have to be leery of other drivers on the road. Watch your speed, and then on top of that, you have to pay out your pocket if you go into certain states. Go on the West Coast, you have to have a permit, whatever. And it sounded like to me, I don't think they want to cover your permit just to get the vehicle out to their customer on the West Coast. And so it was a lot of crazy things. Another crazy thing was, if you accidentally lose the paper, you won't get paid till the next Monday. And it was some stuff. It was like, geez. And I drove all the way up to Indiana this past week. I didn't get reimbursed for the hotel, not for the physical. I had, and pretty much for them to tell me that I don't think this is quite fit for you because you couldn't get this simple, stupid log down. Which basically, I'm not driving a semi. I'm not driving a CDL vehicle. It's under CDL. Why do I have to go by CDL operation? Was basically, you know, like any other driver should get off the road, get on the road. In which I didn't quite understand it. So I had to take a full physical, pay $89 for the physical, and then I paid, you know, for my hotel. Which I know in some cases, some of the physicals can run over $100, $200, close to $200 just for a DOT physical in some states and some cities. So it was just one of those situations, man. These companies, they something else. They want drivers, but they don't want to pay them. Then they don't want to pay your gas, which that don't make no sense. They want you to come out your pocket to put into their vehicle to transport the vehicle that they have down to the customer, and you got to come out your pocket for gas. And you know how gas has been lately. It's been jumping up $2 or $3, and so you go to different states, it's going higher. So, and I feel like they should have a credit card like most companies do, like a fleet card, and you use it for gas or for your hotels and your food, and they take care of you. I think that would be an appropriate thing to do, and that's only fair. If you're gonna have a driver, and then some companies make sure, you know, you have a way back, and they look out for you. But this company, it's called Pinnacle. They're out of Indiana, and so it seemed like I could tell they've been around, but it's one of these half-ass operations, you know, you know. So it really. I was kind of upset in a way because I practically risked my life, because it was snowing this past week up there near the snow belt. You know, you have people flying, the snow flying in your face, and you're trying to get to the hotel. I've never been to this town up there anyway. I've never been to this town, and it's just that. And then when I forgot to leave this out, so I should have known when it was me and one other guy there. I should have known this part. Because anybody in their right mind said, wait a minute, you want me to drive 3 or 4 hours without, I gotta pay for my own physical, my own hotel, and you don't get no reimbursement on that. It was just and I just wanted, the reason why I took it, because I thought maybe they might do the right thing and might make it up. But these companies out here, man, these transportation companies, be leery about who you work for, because the way they do stuff is just foul. It's like, you get, once you get to your get to your area, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get to a bus, and because you don't have no one with a chase car or a proper route to get you to the hotel, or get you back it's like these people don't give a shit. All they want to do is, excuse my language, but they don't care. It's like, as long as they get their vehicle, as long as they got someone get their vehicle there, and that's just a bad message to me. If you gonna have an operation and you paying somebody to take your vehicles 3 or 4 states away, you at least can take care of your driver. You at least can pay for the freaking gas. You can at least give something on the hotel and making sure that their well-being on getting back, because anything can happen. Anything. I have seen on the Weather Channel, there's been accidents there, and you don't know, because you're not going to be watching the Weather Channel on the way. And so even though you might hit this one area, but it might be another area where something supernatural, like a weather event, can happen. You might come across an accident, whatever. And so they don't. It seems like this company, all they care about is profits. All they care about is not so much about their drivers. So that left a bad taste in my mouth. And so I would say this: if you're gonna own a transportation company and you're gonna have an outlet, take care. Not only should you take care of your customers, take care of your drivers, because they are the foundation of your company. So they should get the royal treatment. I mean, if a person really to risk their life to drive in this crazy winter weather to get a vehicle to somebody from Indiana to freaking California or Georgia or Texas, you at least you could take care of the driver. And then the reason why they can't, they have hiring people, because people ain't no fool. People what I heard up there, most people said, forget this. Like, basically you on your own. And it was sound very tempting, but when you think about it, now you stuck someplace for a day or two, and that's aggravating after you done drove 11 to 14 hours somewhere, and you're tired. You wore out, you're tired, you're hungry, you might be on some type of medication, you might catch a cold, you might catch a flu, or anything out there. And because sometimes anything can happen, whether you're the healthiest person or your health is good or health is not so good, especially for older people, and you out there by yourself. And a lot of people may not have a family member or someone that can help them get them to where they go. So basically, this company, these companies, man, people are just cheap. They're just cheap. And what gets me about it is they make good money, man. They get a contract with some companies, and they bring about $30 to $50 grand probably a week to a month, whatever. I mean, they make a good money, but they want to be a cheap ass as far as when it comes to someone, as far as employees. And I just can't respect companies that do that. I can't work with somebody. So the lady told me, well, I don't think this is a good outfit to you. And you know what? Maybe that was a good thing for me, because if someone can't be a human being and take care of their drivers, then maybe I don't need to work with somebody like that. And then it's just they didn't give the consideration in the fact that a person drove up 4 hours to come to their little dinky ass office in Elkhart, Indiana, to do their little stupid ass orientation. You know what I mean? It's just that it was just. I mean, I mean, it's like, man, this is the year for 2018. Like most people online, go in your own business. Do your own business, man. I'm telling you, if you got some type of talent, and I thought about what this one guy was saying about marketing. Do your own thing, man. Stop working for these people that don't appreciate you. They want to discriminate against you. They want to, oh, you just not our type. And you have a pretty decent work record, driving record, and it could be, and it might be a situation where they could be discriminating. And you know, to the point, I don't care no more. If that is the case, then I'm gonna have my own stuff. Cause I ain't gonna let no man dictate to me, make him think that he has power over me as far as making money. Cause I'm gonna make money either way, the right way, and that's for sure. And I'd rather work with somebody who don't have that bias, that prejudice, and deal with people who don't have that bias and that prejudice, that actually be a human being and have concern and look at it from the standpoint. If I'm doing business with somebody, if I go back to transportation thing, if I own a company and that makes and manufacture and have vehicles, I'm gonna take care of my drivers. I'm going to do my best to take care of my drivers. I'm going to make sure that put them in the best hotel. I'm going to take care of the gas. I will take care of the tolls. Because you're making me money. Because this is the point. You're making me money as a company. So so as a person who's employed or subcontract, and you doing that for me, I'm gonna take care of you. Because if you get my stuff down and safe and sound, and my customer is happy, there was no scratches, there was no this, there was no nothing, whatever. You at least you can at least be a human being. And do the right thing. See, it's not that people, in some cases, let's get this straight. There's some lazy people out there in this world that don't want to work. There's some people out here that are on drugs, alcohol, they got issues, and some people are just flat out lazy. But you have